France 24's Mark Owen covered the funeral for us, and we can go across to him now at the Madeleine Church in central Paris. Mark, what was the atmosphere like amongst the fans during the service, and what did they make of the president's eulogy?
The atmosphere, well, all I can say is that I've never been to a funeral where people were singing and chanting the name of the person who passed away. It was like almost a good-natured football match, though they were chanting Johnny Halliday's name. It was something I've never ever experienced before. Behind me is the world-famous Madeleine Church where the ceremony took place, and of course all along the Champs-Élysées down to Concorde, straight up here, it was packed, the route completely packed, and of course there were all those 500 or so motorcyclists who came along, mostly on a kind of American brand of motorbike, which I won't name, who basically added their own particular brand to what happened. So the atmosphere was absolutely fantastic. Yes, there were many people who were sad. Yes, there were tears that were shed. But all in all, this was really very much a celebration of the life of someone who was really a French national treasure, someone who, if you're English-speaking from an English-speaking nation, US, UK, you name it, you probably have never heard much of Johnny Hallyday stuff, if you've even heard of him. I'd heard of him because I studied French, okay? But here in France and in Francophone, French-speaking countries, he is a really big star, and that was really underlined today. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, spoke in very glowing terms of Johnny Hallyday, as one might expect. In fact, he spoke in heroic terms, using terminology that would perhaps be reserved for, say, someone who'd risked their life for the country, someone who'd really invested that kind of risk. And some people around here, they weren't too pleased with that. I spoke to one or two people who felt that the president's words were somewhat misplaced, and maybe he should have toned it down a little bit. However, on the whole, everybody here delighted with how it went, and just sad that Johnny Hallyday wasn't here to enjoy it.
No.
Jean-Philippe is gone. Johnny remains in our hearts, that's all.
We'll never see concerts like his again.
Each one of us had a very personal relationship with him. He was very important in our lives. He influenced us in an unbelievable way. So it's important for us to come and to say goodbye to him.
We've lost a family member. My wife, my children and I, we have lots of memories with Johnny.
There were fans clearly who are distraught as they gathered there, Mark. Now, with the funeral service now over, what happens to Johnny Hallyday's remains?
They will be taken from here, Paris, to the French West Indies, to the Antilles, as the French call it, to the island of Saint-Barthélemy, where he will be laid to rest there in an island paradise. Now, what better place to end your days? It's obviously part and parcel of Johnny Hallyday's rock and roll lifestyle, his big success that he's enjoyed in his 60-year-long career, selling over 100, basically selling almost as much as Guns N' Roses in terms of record sales, beating Johnny Cash in all-time record sales. Johnny Hallyday, the only French act in the all-time top 100 record sales list. So he's made a massive impact worldwide and made a lot of money out of that. And he's going to be laid to rest in, well, one of his favourite places, and obviously a place where his family can go and be with him and remember the good times and enjoy the memories and the music of the man. As for the people here, the fans that he's left behind, the people who are very ordinary folks, I must say, but who identify with him because of his struggles and because of his way of connecting via his music. They say it's because of that unique nature of Johnny Hallyday that his memory, his spirit and his legacy will go on and on.
Mark, thank you very much for that update. France 24's Mark Owen reporting there from the Madeleine Church.